everyone, welcome back. If you're new, I'm Moon Marbles, and today I'm going to be drawing more chibi girls based off of flowers. But this time, I want a rainbow of roses. Sorry if my voice sounds a little bit groggy. I'm recovering from a cold. I just have a cough now, but it's okay. We're fine. Since the Flower Girl video on YouTube seemed to do pretty good, I decided to make another. This time, I'm going to be doing the orange, yellow, and red roses. Don't know why I didn't say that in rainbow order. Oh well. Let's get started. Alright, we're doing this in rainbow order, so let's start with red, the classic rose color. Red roses basically means love, affection, admiration, surprising nobody, and of course, love. So I decided to make this girl kind of the embodiment of the word love. Recently, a friend asked me what my art process was, so I decided to go into a bit more detail on how I draw my characters for this video. Also, I should mention I decided to incorporate roses of the appropriate color onto each rose-colored girl. So I'm already at it with the eyes, and I made her chest kind of look like she's holding onto something. But you can't guess what she's going to grab onto. Okay, now we're on to line art, and just going for some little bear paws, I guess. Little bear paws. There we go, adding a rose of an appropriate size. Flashback to part 1. And I decided to add her clothes and hair kind of swishing to the wind. Whenever you draw art, especially if you're adding wind, I like to make sure that anything that's frilly or flowy will kind of move along with the wind direction that you want it to go in. Of course, that's pretty natural for basically anything, but that's just what I do. Now we're on to coloring already. Wow, this time lapse is fast. Okay. So I'm on for a kind of a reddish pinkish color. I didn't want to go for a deep dark red, like blood red or something. That wouldn't be exactly a great idea. I didn't want her to make her look evil exactly, because if she looked evil, that wouldn't really make her look soft and like an embodiment of love itself. So I was very careful not to go for anything too dark. When I want to apply a kind of a softer, kind of carefree look to a chibi character, I tend to go for round colors. Round colors? Oh well, round shapes, so that nothing looks too sharp. Considered adding roses into the hair for a little, kind of like a replacement for the sparkly bits, but later I'm pretty sure that I decided to delete that. Yeah, there we go. I instead decided to add the roses to the dress. And now we're coloring in the skin. And what's going to happen next? Oh, yes. So I decided to color the eyes green at first to completely contrast, but afterwards I decided that just didn't quite work. It just contrasted too much. And I couldn't make the eyes red up, of course. That would completely make her look evil. But this light pinkish, purplish color seemed to work pretty well. So this is what I went for. Now we're on to just coloring in the lines. Pretty simple. It's also one of my least favorite parts of my art process, but it's got to be done. Now I'm just experimenting with the backgrounds, and there we go. Here is my chibi girl themed off of roses. I'm super happy with how she turned out. Now let's move on to orange. And we're hopping straight to the next time lapse. The orange roses can mean fascination and curiosity, so I decided to make this girl look like she's really curious about her surroundings. I decided to give her and her background a fall theme later. You'll see it in a bit. Alright, so I'm immediately having her grab onto a rose, kind of like she's investigating it. Ooh, what's this? Now we're adding the eyes, giving her a surprised expression. And there we go, there's the mouth. I tend to color in the eyes black while I'm going for the rough sketch, just so that I can figure out, what shape the eyes are going to be and then color them in later. And now I'm going for some really cartoony fingers. Fingers are one of the hardest things for me to draw, so I just kind of go for little stubs, which is completely okay. If you're struggling with drawing fingers too, then it's okay to go for little stubs or just not drawing them at all. It's your style, which means that you get to choose. If you're struggling with this thing too. Okay, now we're on to drawing the clothes. And I decided to give her kind of shoulders off shirt. And I decided to just color it in. That's what I decided to do. Okay. I decided to give her a kind of light orange look. I never really went for orange colors before, so I was pleasantly surprised to see how many nice shades of orange you could have. This turned out really nicely, in my opinion. Why am I saying that before this is finished? Oh well. Okay. So I'm taking it nice and slow with coloring at the time lapse because I don't want to accidentally turn the entire thing orange. Well, that's what I intend to do, but you know what I mean. Now we're giving it her shirt a bit of a darker color. I decided to give her a cute little necklace because I thought it would just, really pull the thing together. Just adding it in a little bit darker orange. Giving her some black leggings. What's going to happen next? Coloring in the skin. All right. Now I'm coloring in the orange rose, which really embodies the whole thing. Now I'm giving her brown eyes. Technically, they aren't orange, but I couldn't figure out how to make orange eyes work. So I decided to go for brown eyes. Plus, I thought it made everything look a bit more natural. All right. Finishing up with coloring in everything. Come on. And now we're on to the background. And I decided to add some leaves to the background to really pull together a fall look. I know it's not exactly an orange theme, but I thought that it just really pulled things together. So boom, we're done with the orange rose girl. I'm super happy with how she turned out, and she really looks like she's ready to jump head first into whatever she finds interesting. Now let's move on to yellow. For yellow, I decided to go for a stereotypical cheerful chibi. I need to sneeze. Dang, I lost it. Oh well. Yellow roses mean friendship, cheerfulness, and happiness. I didn't really know how to draw something meaning friendship, so I decided to lean towards cheerfulness instead. But in her pose, I made it kind of look like she's waving towards her friend. You'll see it in a second. So maybe she's meeting up with somebody. Who knows? Maybe one of the roses I already drew. I didn't exactly draw roses, but you know what I mean. So she's winking, and I decided to make her head a little bit smaller because that would just make her body completely unproportional if I did it otherwise. I mean, unproportional to a chibi. Oh well. Just, kind of moving things around, and now we're on to the pigtails. I decided to give her pigtails because, in my opinion, they just make a character look way more cheerful instead of having their hair down. Oh my gosh, what the heck is wrong with this time lapse? Okay. This is fun. I'm going to pause this. Oh, wait. Okay, there we go. Lots of experimenting with the hair there. We moved a thing, and now we're on to the dress. I decided to give her a little bracelet because I thought that would be super cute and fun. Adjusting a couple things. I had a lot of trouble figuring out the poses. The rose head is back. That lotus girl is coming back. I'm having flashbacks. Oh well. At least this rose is a correct size for the head, not a giant monster rose. While I was coloring in this chibi, I realized how little shades of yellow there were. If you make it too dark, then it'll look kind of brownish. If you make it too bright, then it'll just look white. If you make it too yellow-green, then it's just green. So I really had to kind of experiment to kind of figure this out. Coloring was overall really fast, though. And after that, it was pretty simple to color it in. I decided to give her green eyes to match with the green grass. And, well, that's just about it. We're done. I'm really happy with how she turned out, and I'm going to leave it here for today, at the halfway point of the rainbow. If you want a part 2, please let me know in the comments below. Have a great day or night, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!